Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk to you about something so important, so special that I really want to share because it makes me super excited, and it's something that it took me a while to fully grasp and understand, which is the power of now. I've been reading the book from Eckhart Tolle years ago a couple of times, but it never fully I could never fully grasp it. It will make sense while I was listening to the book, but then listen to the book now again. I listened to it a couple of times. I truly embrace it, and this is my biggest advice. If you have a chance, get the book, or I listen to it so you can get Audible, so you do things in your house if you don't really have the time to read, or while you drive, and embrace it. It's so beautiful, and I'm finally living my life following Eckhart instructions, if we want to call it like that, instructions, but it's the key of life. Literally, it's the key of life. Because if you think about it, right, there's no past, there's no future. All we have is the present moment. All we have is right now. This moment right here is literally all we have, because time is not linear. So I started thinking about the things that is still difficult for me to manifest. There are things that I manifest so easily because probably there is less attachment behind it, and things where I'm more attached, which of course it becomes more difficult because you gotta have, they say you have to have the desire, the dreams, but then you have to let go in order to receive it, right? But sometimes it's difficult to let go something you really want. But then I realized it that once you accept your life as it is, let's say right now you think about your life and you realize there's nothing you want to change, not even one thing. Okay? Let's pretend. I know you have many things you want to change, but let's say your life is fine as it is. And you start looking for ways to believe that even more. How do you do that? Through gratitude and through acceptance and through love. You start being grateful about everything that you have in your life, right? Your health, first of all, the house, the money, the food in your fridge, the job that you have, the relationships that you have, the family, everything that you're grateful for. You're gonna write down a list. Focus on that list. Start feeling this feeling of appreciation, of joy, and accept it as it is. Once you do this exercise, after a while, you should start living your life with this great joy in your heart, in your soul, in your everyday life. And in my experience, that helped me so much to stay present. And I started thinking, if the present moment is all that we have, is all there is, why right now, for example, I'm sitting here outside the balcony. It's an example. I'm not outside in the balcony. But let's say I'm here, sitting here in this balcony, right? And I'm thinking about what my mom said 3 years ago. Why am I not fully present? Why am not breathing this air? Why am not looking at the bird, feeling the sensation, feeling the wind, looking at the ocean, looking at the flowers? Why am not doing that? Why my mind keeps running and I'm not fully present, thinking about a moment that happened in the past, or a moment that is going to happen in the future eventually? Why we miss life so much? Because if you think about it, you're missing moments of your life by thinking about other moments. It's the mind, the enemy. It's not an enemy, but you know what I mean. Sometimes it keeps repeating the same thoughts over and over again, but what's the point of repeating all those thoughts all the time? There's no point, really. Yes, of course, we need the mind to work, to do things, and to plan things, and to realize things. But sometimes the mind goes in autopilot, and we don't even know what we are thinking. It's running our life. Our mind, our thoughts literally dictate our life. Sometimes we make up scenarios in our mind. We start overthinking. We believe things that we think, and then of course it manifests in our life because we are that powerful, right? When we think about something. But what if we become conscious of what we are thinking? And we try to remember during the day, hold on a second, what am I thinking? Because many times we might feel sad, we might feel, hungry, we might feel negative emotions. We don't even know where they come from, but if we only could stop and pay attention to the thoughts in our brain, we would realize what these thoughts, where these feelings come from. So today I want you to try to stay present in your everyday life and value every single moment. Even things that you don't like to do, for example, being in line at the grocery store. Try to find the beauty in that. Maybe there's a child you can smile at. Maybe there's an old lady that's going to exchange 2 words with you, and her wisdom is going to inspire you. Pay attention to everything around you. Live life fully present. If someone texts you and you're doing something, relax. When you feel like you're going to reply, but don't miss present moments trying to achieve something. Like when you're in line at the grocery store, you're like, I can't wait to be done. I can't wait to be out, to be in the car, to be home. We're always wanting the next moment, the next moment, the next moment. And then when we're home, we're planning to go dinner. And when we're at dinner, we're planning to go to the beach the next day. And when we are at the beach the next day, we're planning the vacation of next month. Why don't we just get centered for a little bit and focus in the moment, in the present moment? Yes, of course, then you can go home and, plan a vacation or do things like that. But what I'm saying is that if you are mindful of your thoughts, that's where manifestation comes. When you are present, if you are fully present, it means that you put your mind on the side. Because many times mind is what causes the resistance in the manifestation. The mind is in between us and our manifestation with negative thoughts. Maybe repeating in your brain something that happened, like let's say a heartbreak that happened a year, 2 years, 4 years ago, and the life is gonna reproduce the same scenarios over and over again because of your thoughts, because of your trauma, because of what happened in the past and what your subconscious think is going to happen. But what if you stop thinking altogether when you are living your everyday life? I know it's difficult to stop the thoughts completely, but at least be mindful of what you are thinking. Trust me that sometimes we do these thoughts, like let's say, I'm not good enough and this and that. While we are doing activities, there's the mind saying those things. And then we're like, wait, why do I feel this way right now? It's because your thoughts, it's because your mind keep repeating the same stories over and over again and you believe it. But instead, if when you hear those voices in your head, you stop for a second and you're like, oh, hold on a second. Let me be mindful of these thoughts. Trust me, you're going to shift those emotions, feelings, thoughts in a second once you realize. And that is consciousness. That's being conscious of your thought. That's being mindful of your thoughts. That's how you're gonna change and shift your life for the better. Acceptance. Accept the present moment. Be mindful. Be grateful. Slow down your life and get your mind out of the way. If you get your mind out of the way, first of all, you're gonna start feeling so much better. And second, you're gonna manifest faster and sooner, because you're not manifesting from your mind, you're manifesting from your higher self. Your soul leads the way now. You're conscious. Because most of the people are programmed. They have a programmed running in their mind that is making decision for them. It's not the soul leading the way, it's the mind leading the way. They are controlled by their mind, and that's also why we live in the world we live in. The mind, the ego makes up stories. But what if we let this is the thing, we don't have to let the mind use us. We have to use the mind. You use the mind when you need it. You use the mind when you need to do something important, when you need to plan, when you need to, I don't know, whatever. We need the mind. It's important. But not when the thoughts goes without stopping over and over again, and we're not conscious anymore of those thoughts. They go autopilot, you know? But if you're conscious of your thoughts and thinking and emotions, you can shift that immediately. All right, if you have any question, comment down below. I really wanted to share this because I feel like it's so important. And once we realize that, we can live definitely a better life. Love you.